Hello, conscious co-creators, and welcome to this pick a card reading today. For today's reading, we are going to be getting insight for you on your current superpower. We'll be getting keywords that you can use and be aware of that are connected to your superpower, guidance on how to build those superpower muscles of yours, and advice and action steps, as well as what claiming this superpower right now for you in your life is going to bring into your life in the future. And we're going to be using all of my ocean themed decks. So lots of messages from the mermaids, messages from the ocean. And we're going to work with 4 of these chakra cards for you to choose your grouping, choose your pile. So let's get those out for you. Okay, we'll take this one and this one. All right, so let's see what we have for your options today. Starting with creativity and an orange color. Option number 2 is truth with blue. Option number 3, connected and a green energy. And option number 4, intuition and purple. So obviously you can take a moment here and pause the video. You can take a look at the words connected to the cards or the numbers that are connected to the cards or the colors. So lots of ways for your intuition to guide you to the pile and the group that's meant for you to receive the messages about your superpower. Once you've made your selection, head on down to the description box and click on the timestamp next to the color or the word that you've chosen, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your superpower reading today. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the creativity card with an orange color connected to your sacral chakra. So this is all about igniting and using your creative flow, your creative juices, and your creative nudges, inspiration, in order to be able to move things forward for you here. So your superpower is connected to your sacral chakra. This is the I feel chakra, right? It is located just below your belly button there in the center of your body. It vibrates obviously to the color orange, and the I statement is I feel. So you want to pay close attention to all of the statements that you're making connected to or starting with I feel. Those are going to have extra power for you for sure, connected to this energy. So I just want to get some keywords here first for you, and we'll see what this creative vibe or fire energy is bringing up. We have move forward. So yes, look at that. Allowing you to move forward, surge forward. And love, moving forward with love. Love that energy here on this side. Okay. Doing what you love, they're saying. That if you're working on any kind of creative project that is not quite resonating, you know, your superpower comes in here to ignite that, to focus on what it is that you do really care about, essentially, what you feel about. So this may connect right to your heart chakra as well. And on this side, we have the future. Love this. So a nice nod that this is going to affect your future in a positive way, and to let it kind of, ruminate and recognition. So future recognition, perhaps, connected to this use of your creative flow, your creative juices. Again, they're saying creative juices, which is really an interesting phrase. Your creativity and kind of putting that out into the world, moving forward from a place of love, doing what you love, stepping into that energy. You may already be working on something that is connected to your future goals, your future dreams, and be hoping that you may have some recognition, or that people are going to be guided by it or affected by it in a positive way, or going to notice it, right? Which is really interesting. So let's get some energy from the tarot to give us an idea of how you can build this creative energy and this superpower. We've got the Page of Cups first, Page of Hearts. So there's that love energy coming in right off the bat. Let's see. We also have the Ten of Wands. The Lover's card. And I love this depiction of the Lover's card where the mermaid is looking in the mirror. So we've got a foundational energy here for you. You're working from a place where maybe you have been a bit burdened in the past, like things have felt a bit heavy. The Page of Cups is telling you that there is a new chapter. You're getting the Lover's card and a card that says, look into your heart and follow your heart. Allow yourself to be sort of engulfed is the feeling of it, group one, engulfed by these points of inspiration and these pieces and parts of your particular kind of soul self, right? Because the burden energy is coming to a close. So if you've been trying to, let's say, work on something or bring something to life, your superpower here is to release any kind of, I feel like it's a heavy structure or a burden around it. So if you're like up in your head thinking things have to be done a certain way, things have to be created in a certain way, there's only one way to get to this future recognition, or there's only one way to create success in this area with my creativity. The key here is that your creativity needs to be fluid. It needs to be able to flow in order to move forward. The Lover's card is this card of soul connection and attraction. So what you're wanting to do, and you can see, like, if you're paying attention to your creativity and you're dropping the burden around how it's going to come, but instead you're listening to your heart, you create this beautiful foundation where you can really step into not only doing what you love, creating from a place of love, creating from a place of passion, but seeing the recognition. So pulling that energy then into your sphere, into your life without having to really do much. The Lover's card is about making choices and trusting in, for instance, your hopes, your dreams, your passions, trusting in what it is that you know is best for you. And that allows you to then call it in. The frequency shifts. It's not one of heavy weighted energy anymore. It's one of flow and inspiration and passion. The beautiful image in this shows that she's having to look herself in the mirror. So it's about creating a relationship with yourself and doing what it is that you feel called to do, and kind of dropping the narratives, dropping this heavy that may have said, you know, I need this person, or I have to have this in place, or whatever the case may be. This is about, it feels very freeing, your energy. Let's see how this builds now for you. Really a new chapter for listening to your heart and trusting yourself there. The Strength card, lovely. So again, this depiction of this whale being released from this net, this feeling of freedom, releasing yourself from the ties that bind you, or the chains that have been kind of like, maybe they're self-imposed kind of bonds or chains, nets that you've kept yourself in, or you've felt caught in. You may be caught up in a loop. And this Ten of Wands here needs to be kind of recognized in order to allow yourself to be free of that. So we can see you building your strength, building this superpower and freeing yourself, right? Which is lovely. The Strength card is a card of courage and bravery, being brave enough to do something a different way, or listen to your heart and follow your heart, and being open to that. You also have the Five of Swords, and look, this is so cute, right? The penguin is patting her on the head, but she's cut herself with this sword. So there's a little bit of damage maybe that has been done, is what Spirit is saying. The Five of Swords can be a card that sees you in a bit of conflict around things, which I don't think is weird at all, right? Group one, when we're faced with kind of really being honest and diving into, what do I truly want? What do I truly want to attract? What do I love? Am I going to allow myself to unblock, right? If you've had creative blocks, unblock that wall. It feels like tearing down a wall, or hurtling over something, or setting it aside, dropping the burden. You see she's carrying these sticks on her back, these wands on her back. The 10 says this needs to come to a conclusion, and she's going to set those down so that she can be free. She can be free to swim wherever she wants to swim, how she wants to swim. And so with the 5 of Swords coming up, you can see that as you're freeing yourself, or as you're building this superpower, and as you're leaning into it, there may be some times where you either fail, or you feel nervous, or you have some conflict around it. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this really okay? Am I moving in the right direction? Can I trust that if I do what I love, or if I follow that creative nudge, or if I follow that passion or inspiration, that everything's going to be okay? And the beautiful part of the 5 of Swords in a high expression is like, yes, you can shift your mind about this. You don't have to be holding yourself back. You clearly are going to be building your strength, your muscles around this creative flow, and allowing it to come through you, right? Because that's what creativity is. So I also feel that this may need to be connected to your heart chakra, with opening up this new chapter for what it is that's inspiring you, what it is that you really want to do, what it is that you love, right? If you've been held back by other people's ideas of how you should do something, this is the freedom from that coming in. And the 5 of Swords tells us that you're going to be able to shift your mindset. You're going to have a stronger sense of self around actually dropping the burden of those things that are keeping you stuck, and allowing yourself to unleash that creative passion or that creative inspiration and bringing it out into the world. And as I said, that foundation here of trusting yourself and making choices that are aligned with that for you is going to naturally then use the law of attraction to bring it in. So it may appear, and then you either make a mistake, or you have some thoughts about it. Imposter syndrome could come up here, they're saying. But you are strong enough to free yourself from those old and conflicting narratives. You don't have to be stuck in those kind of old illusionary thoughts, right? Yeah, the limiting beliefs. Is there anything else here, Spirit, that they need to know? Yeah, this just feels like you can heal it, and it may take some power, right? It's going to take your strength and your courage to continue on that road, even when, it might be slow moving. You might have to allow yourself to trust, right? Listen to the truth. The way that you're communicating your creativity may need to shift a bit. It may be a bit scary or uncomfortable, but you have the power to do it. And as you lean on your heart center and what you truly do desire, and you let go of what might have been holding you back, again, limiting beliefs, narratives, other people's opinions, the way that society tells you have to put something out into the world, what you think should fit into certain boxes, you start to build the superpower. You build the strength around it, and it allows you to combat any kind of thought that might come in to tell you otherwise. Even if it was a painful thought, you can see we're getting comforted here. You're able to shift it. Okay. And boom, the Emperor up at the top there. Look at that. The Emperor is a major arcana card. This is a fathering energy. But what the Emperor is really good at is getting things in order and taking back the power that he knows he already has over himself, over his empire, the boundary he's creating. So you're really dropping a burden and then allowing yourself to take control over how it is you want to unleash that creativity into the world, how it is you want to show up for this. Or it really feels like an allowing. It's almost like a channeling, right? It's channeling using what you love to do and channeling what is being what you're being inspired to create, and just letting that happen. The Emperor, building to an Emperor energy is like building to this beautiful setup, right? So you may find that if you can allow yourself to release any kind of blockage and listen to your heart and grow that power, set yourself free, or set your creativity free. It's like setting your sacral free. Follow the feelings, follow the emotions, follow the inspiration, follow the passion. It naturally puts you in a different realm where you have power again. If something else was controlling you or controlling the way that you create, it doesn't have to be, again, if your mind is going to, well, I don't paint, I don't write, I don't make music, you know, the basics of what people would think about when someone says, oh, you're creative. Yeah, I don't draw, I'm not an artist, these kinds of things. It doesn't need to be in that kind of box. This could be that you're creatively making, you know, spreadsheets, or that you're creatively, you know, putting together formulas. The point is unleashing the way and paying attention to the way it feels is the key. And if you can stop being in the old rigid ways, wherever that may be landing for you, it's going to naturally set you up where you feel in control in a good way over how it is that you're working, how it is that you're showing up in the world, right? How it is that you're moving forward, right? It's a different place to move forward from, this loving passion place. And it is going to positively affect your future to do this. Okay, so let's see what messages we have here and advice we have here for you. The sailboat. Sail on, you're heading in the right direction. So again, if you've already started something or you're working on something, maybe it's been a bit difficult for you, you're like hitting some blocks, this is an indication that you need to allow, right? Moving forward with love, you're headed in the right direction. If you see sailboats, that's the message connected to the sailboat imagery or sign or message. And the stingray, beware of your surroundings and mindfulness. This is interesting, especially because we're kind of placing it near the recognition card or on the recognition card. So the first thing that came through for you is that, you know, when you pay too close attention to other people's opinions when you're in a creative mode, it can really block, right? Creative blocks come. Or if you're trying to fit into a certain box, or if you're looking at the way someone else creates and trying your best to just do it that way, then it can create blocks. But once you get this future energy, so let's say you lean into it, and we're looking at the future here, because clearly it's coming up, and you get this recognition, no matter what kind of recognition it may be, they're warning you here to pay attention to what you're surrounding yourself with and what it is that you are allowing to affect your mindset about it. Being mindful of who you're around, who you're trusting, let's say, or more particularly, it feels like the comments around it, right? People's opinions of it, whether it be good or bad, neither should matter so much to you, is kind of how they're saying it. Meaning, if somebody hates the work that you're doing or what you're putting out, you know, allowing that to take you down is not good. But it's similarly not good to allow someone who's praising you to high heaven to take over your energy as well, because then you lean. Either way, you're leaning into ego. And what Spirit is kind of giving you here with the stingray is to notice how it is that you're surrounding yourself when you get into this future energy where you're bringing something to life or you're putting a creation out. How much power are you giving to the people around you, the groups around you, other people's opinions, what someone may think of it? Because it's very individual and creative, right? Everyone's going to have their own opinion of it, and it doesn't really mean anything for your own the way they're saying is like, you know, what you've nurtured to life, like bringing something to life, what you've grown or what you've put out into the world, what's come out of you, what you've channeled creatively. So yes, I mean, I think it's always great to have the recognition. It's always great to have the verification, right, from an external source, the validation, but you need to pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with. You can get into a position with recognition here, where you could surround yourself with all yes people, so you don't have, you know, an honest gauge on your own emotions around it and how you really feel. You may get taken down by people who don't like, you know, what it is you're putting out or something to that effect, or what it is that you're building or working on. And you just need to be very aware, is what I would say, of what you're taking in. That's why the mindfulness word is there. What is it that you are allowing to affect your energy as it concerns what you're creating, and that beautiful, powerful energy that resides within you individually to bring something to life. Okay, let's get some more messages here. Polite declaration, card number 19. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It's time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. And again, you're doing this from a place of love. This clearly is this lovely energy of, yes, I'm taking the reins, I am moving forward, I'm listening to my heart, I am not being held back anymore, and you're really taking control back over things. So moving forward with love, you're headed in the right direction. I love that it says polite declaration, right? That's like, also this is a 1910 right? So here, we're getting that 10. It's like, I'm leaving that behind now, and you're not doing it rudely. You know, it's not in a way that is shunning people or putting people down or making people feel less than. It feels like you're just kind of shifting into a creative superpower, right? Where you're like, I'm gonna flow with this now. I'm gonna lean on this now. And like, I appreciate, you wanting to give your opinion, but what I want to say is I didn't ask for it. That's not very nice. So finding a way to maybe politely decline other people's opinions or the old way of doing things. And they're kind of giving you permission here with this card. Polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It's where you're feeling guided to move forward, what your heart is saying. That's always going to be leading you in the right direction. And we also have help appears in various ways. Card number 35. There is so much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. So of course I am going to mention spirit always is supporting you. So having a good relationship with your spirit team, your creativity guides, especially since that is your superpower, they're going to be able to like funnel that energy for you and that guidance for you. Also, connected to the future and recognition and this energy of being mindfulness as you call things into your life, as you're putting stuff out and you're calling the energy back in, this recognition in, you will have people who are supporting you and from a really intentionally positive place. It feels almost unconditional energy is kind of coming there, where they're not doing it just so that they can know you, see you, like overly over admiration energy. They just honestly want to support you. They want to be there for you. They recognize you as something that they want to be connected to. They're attracted to you for a reason. So this is a good reminder that as you're moving forward on your path, you are going to be able to, have the support that you need when you need it. That spirit is always supporting you, again, to make sure that you are calling that in, especially if you need to be discerning about who's supportive, who's helping you and who isn't, or like what exactly matters to you really and what doesn't, where you place your energy, things like that. You have the support to be able to decipher that, which is nice. And it may kind of come, this is another little line of this here, is as you're moving forward, bringing this out into the world, see, it kind of feels like we're in the gestation energy, right? You're just kind of like thinking about it, believing it, looking into your heart, knowing that this is going to bring something into your life, or you're going to create on this line. So you're getting these intuitive hits. Maybe you're feeling these nudges. And as this comes into like a recognition energy, or people start to notice, or you're putting it out into the world, you are going to be able to welcome in the support that is continually available for you, both in the physical world and being pointed in the right direction continually by your spirit team. So you need to be tapping into your creativity guides, and then any other guide that feels like they're helping you or at the forefront or in that grouping that goes along with igniting the superpower that you have and bringing it into the world. So they may line people up that can help you get more recognition, things like that, right? Help you be seen, help you be heard. Like, again, if it's not if you're not doing something that's traditionally creative, but like you're organizing numbers in a different way that's more creative than what everyone's used to, the support, you know, to get that in front of people, to get it recognized and maybe put in as a staple way to do things will be available for you. And there may be people who don't like it, right? That just go, no, the old way is the only way. But I feel like they're giving you this kind of open channel. They may be removing obstacles that are in your path and getting it in front of the right people. So now I want to look at, with these cards, a little bit about what claiming this superpower for yourself and leaning into this energy is going to bring into your life here. The Five of Pentacles, she has abandonment here. And again, we've talked about this already. It's already sort of been brought up where, you know, they're telling me, oh, they want me to put this here. Okay. That you may have to abandon some of the old systems, of the old ways. Maybe there are people in your life that you're not necessarily abandoning, right? But that need to change, right? With the Five of Pentacles, this is a physicality card that speaks of change. So it's a very powerful self-empowerment card, the Five of Pentacles. Because what happens is when you feel like something has to shift or you need to make a change, this puts the power in your hands. So it's like, you're being encouraged by spirit, clearly, to lean into this creativity energy and build this superpower of yours. But you will have to abandon, right, release, and be mindful of what to keep around in order to bring this to fruition and to feel like look at this, I just noticed this. It's like a King Triton energy, right? The Triton is definitely coming through loud and clear. I think the sailboat and the Triton are indicators for you. The Triton in particular is obviously an indicator of power, transcendence. It's reminding me of Shiva. Yeah, it's this feeling of staking your claim and knowing who you are and knowing how to use your inherent gifts, power, or creativity, in your case, that superpower. And of course, the sailboat is this energy of moving forward. So again, you may need to abandon some of your old thoughts, some of your old beliefs, some of your old relationships. You may have to stop listening to other people and what their opinions are. So it's okay to make those changes. It's actually going to empower you in the future. So we can expect that you're going to probably get much better at shifting and changing and claiming your power and doing what you need to do, like abandoning what you need to abandon. Let's see what else we have. Two of Cups for partnership. So this is calling in new partnerships into your life, reciprocal energy, people who are showing up and recognizing you in ways that work, where you're giving whatever it is that you love, right? We're talking about hearts. And then you're attracting that in, which is beautiful, creatively calling in the right people and allowing yourself to shift and change the people that may not fit anymore. We also have the healing, the angel of the ocean. This is the temperance energy in this deck. So this is telling you to not be so hard on yourself as you're moving forward with this energy. The temperance energy is the middle road. So it's a peaceful energy that comes about, which allows you to get the ingredients working for you, is what I would say. This is bringing me back this feeling of this Five of Swords here. It's like these two cards working together, this coupling, is this energy in a beautiful divine flow. Yeah, I love that she put the angel of the ocean on this deck, which is really interesting. It's like, I'm just figuring out how this is all working together. And you may be healing old patterns, right? You may be healing old beliefs around when things don't go exactly as you thought they would, or, you know, as you're releasing these old ways of doing things, these burdensome ways, and allowing your superpower to kind of come to the light or be brought to the forefront, that some healing is involved. But what I like to say is, like, you're trying to get the right balance, so take it easy on yourself. If there is a misstep or if there is some kind of like reflection needed as you're going through this, that is okay. It doesn't mean that you're not going to, get the help you need for the healing, or get the help you need to figure things out, or to get the recognition, or to be seen. That's the middle road energy, where there needs to be some sort of harmony and peace as you're moving forward. That's nice because it gives us the type of energy and the directional energy. Like, oh, right, we're trying to figure out how all of these elements work together to be able to grow this superpower so that I feel like I am in full control. So I'm operating at my full capacity with this. So I don't have any doubts anymore about how it is that I can offer this up or bring this to life. And so the key here is obviously to realize that, to understand that it's not like a snap of a finger. You're trying your best to work in harmony here. It's a back and forth energy. Wow, and the 10 of Pentacles, and she has luck on this card. This is a very abundant card. This is an extreme amount of abundance that's showing up here. So yeah, you'll have perhaps lucky breaks, large amount of recognition, an abundance of people knowing you, an abundance of money you may make here. I have to say that with a 10 of Pentacles, an abundance of support as you're moving forward. But again, the guidance is to make sure that you're allowing yourself to, that give and take, right? You're creating really beautiful partnerships, I think, that are going to lead to this abundant future based on what it is that you're allowing yourself to create. It's really about allowing. I think you may have been stuck. Like, you may have literally said, I am creatively blocked. What's blocking me from allowing my creativity out into the world? Why can't I seem to get over this hump or this obstacle or this challenge? It's such a challenge. This is unleashing it for you. And it's going to provide you with some really beautiful, beneficial energy and recognition. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to get final messages for you now, group number 1. And then we will pull a couple charms. So let's see. Final messages, please, for group number 1 and their creativity superpower and building that and trusting that. Boom, divine magic. It's the title card there. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. Oof. Who doesn't want to move forward with love, tapping into your heart when miracles are abundant? Divine magic for you. Group number 1. Amazing. Who doesn't love to see that? And we also have watch your thoughts. Good reminder. Thank you, Spirit. Remember, we saw that happening here, and we know that that's probably going to come up as you're gaining momentum with this. It's important to only think about what you desire, which is back to this Lover's card and the law of attraction, not what you fear. So releasing those fears, releasing those burdens. Watch your thoughts. Okay, let's pull a couple of charms for you to close out your reading. Group number 1. Here's 1. It's the flip-flops charm, which is one of my faves. Let's place it there, and then I will get one more, please. Ooh. Okay, let's see what this one is. And the daisy charm, or the flower charm. This is beautiful energy. Okay, the flip-flops charm and any kind of foot charm I always look at as forward movement, right? It's like, what kind of moving forward are we doing? What kind of energy are we doing it in? With a flip-flops charm, it's about relaxing, having fun. You may actually want to go to places that are relaxing to you, or it's a feeling of not forcing yourself to try to create something or grow something with the flower in places that feel rigid or stuck. You know, go to a park, go take a walk, go to the beach, go to places that feel like they have that flow, that they have that energy that you're looking to call in. Also, you may need to take a vacation when you get the flip-flops charm. Just take a break and allow yourself to kind of be and relax and open up that channel for your creativity to bloom and blossom. And with the flower, of course, this is watering something beautiful, bringing something to life, bringing something beautiful to life, really. And also, lots of times people will talk about, growing your thoughts. So watching your thoughts, growing your thoughts, making sure that you're allowing and expecting miracles, leaving room for magical energy to surround you and help you in the growth of this beautiful, creative energy that's kind of stirring here and wanting to come up and be used in a super powerful way, right? It's totally connected to your superpower and what it is that you're growing in the future. So I hope that this serves you, group number 1. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you today, and this amazing superpower that you'll be cultivating here and the future abundance and luck that's coming in with it. If this message resonates with you, if something in here clicks and makes sense to you, please feel free to give this video a like, share it with others so they can choose their superpower too. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your superpower reading. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the second card here. It's a blue card, card of truth, connected to your throat chakra. So this chakra is all about allowing yourself to authentically be honest, tapping into your true heart's desire, those parts of you that are authentic and individual to you. This superpower is definitely going to be connected to you expressing your truth, honoring your truth, being able to listen and communicate in a more truthful way, perhaps uncovering your truth. So the throat chakra is connected right at the throat, right? It's right at the center of your body, in the middle of your throat. It vibrates to the color blue, and its I statement is I speak and I listen. So both of those components are going to be building with this kind of a superpower. The truth is literally going to set you free in this group. So let's take a look at some keywords that you'll be working with here. First, we'll get an idea. The recognition card, okay? So perhaps recognition of your own truth. Let's see what else we have. Miracles. Okay, so not only is it going to set you free or have some liberation that I was picking up, but miracle energy is connected here. Love that. Can't go wrong with that. Contemplation. Wonderful. I like to see that, especially with the throat chakra energy. Contemplating what is true for you, perhaps. And decisions. Okay, taking time to contemplate what feels good to you, what is true for you in order to make the best decisions for you, and recognition of your own truth, perhaps, in order to invite miracles into your life. You also may have some miraculous recognition happening, like sparks that are coming out of nowhere as you're leaning into this kind of superpower, like lightning bolts of truth, right? Coming in where you're just like in aha land, where you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way. I didn't understand it that way before. Holy cow. And then you're going to be able to use this, right? It is your superpower that is building here. So let's get some more information for you on how you can build this energy here. Build these superpower muscles of truth. Yeah. It's really going to serve you because the truth energy always has like a foundational energy anyway. It's often connected to like the justice energy, balance energy, fairness, you know, all of those sayings that have to do with truth. Let's see what we have for you. The 3 of Swords. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, both of these. The Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay. And the Queen of Pentacles. Look at all this feminine energy, doubling down on the queens. Okay. Right away, I feel that there is something that is going to be healed for sure for you. Group 2, you are working on healing something that has probably been holding you back or very, very difficult. It may be that the truth of the situation you've kind of been avoiding because it was so difficult, or something that you don't want to look at, you don't want to contemplate, you haven't been willing to look into it because it's too painful, something to that effect. The Three of Swords is, I consider it the most difficult card in the tarot. I call it the PTSD card, so that'll give you an idea of where we're pulling this energy from. This is an honoring that's happening here, is what they're saying. You know, this whale seems to be crossed, and these mer people have come and found the whale and have laid down their swords in honor of the loss. So there's this feeling of recognition around the loss, or around the truth about what has gone on. So if you've been ignoring something, let's say, that has happened to you in the past, a past trauma, a past failure, a past loss, a disappointment energy that was really painful for you, it looks like we need to shed some light on it now, clearly. Look at this. Just like, you can see what this transformation that happens with the queens. It's lovely energy. In order to transform it and to serve you now and in the future, it's going to create miracles in your life, and it's going to help you make beautiful decisions for yourself and in the future. But in order to be able to do that, you know, the contemplation is needed. You have to actually look at it and be truthful about it. If you're holding like a secret about something that was really hard, I would say you don't need to tell everybody about it, but it's important if you want to kind of harness this power of your superpower, right? Harness how to build this superpower. This has to be addressed. It's coming up first with two very powerful queens, fire energy and earth energy coming in. And you can see what's happening immediately when I turned her over. She's so connected to Pele, right? And the goddess Pele, but it just feels like we are using this fire of the Queen of Wands, who's a very charismatic and inspiring leader. But she's using her fire, I think, for you, group number 2, in a way that allows you to burn things away, to not keep them anymore, to allow. If she doesn't like something, or something is not serving her, like, you don't want to get on her, you know, bad side. She's going to throw fire at you. She'll burn it to the ground, right? And that's the feeling. It's like whatever's been holding you back, or whatever it is you haven't been honest about that was really painful, you can build your superpower by now looking at that and taking from it what it is that you want to take from it, which is really cool. And we'll move into this energy in just a second. But using that, not allowing it to hold back your own fire anymore, not allowing it to burn you, right, anymore. But instead going, no, I'm going to wash this away in like a flood or a waterfall of fire. I'm going to stop like breathing life into it, is how they're saying it, and owning whatever it is that went on as part of my past, but not allowing it to affect my future. Instead, what's happening is we're using the Queen of Pentacles energy to reground into an exorbitant amount of abundance. What I will say is it may be a bit of work here to get this going, just get this established, just because it can be hard to look at things that were difficult, or, like I said, traumatic, or that really affected your life in a difficult way, right? A sad way, sorrowful way, painful way, hurtful way, if your heart was broken, things like this. But it's necessary, and you have the right feminine power behind you to set this up. A Queen of Pentacles is not afraid, right, to be doing the work that needs to be done in order to share that or send that abundance out into the world. And that's what seems to be happening. We look at it, we choose what we want to keep from it, we tell ourselves the truth, and then you honor what is feeling good about it and what you learned perhaps, or the wisdom you gained, but you're gonna burn that away, leave it in the past, not allow it to continue to flood into your current or present moment, like, and affect your current truth, right? We're building a different, like, again, the truth is meant to set you free here. That's the goal. There's liberation involved. The Queen of Pentacles enjoys her life. She really enjoys the abundant living. She's a very nurturing and abundant and fertile kind of queen, and she's very grounding. So this is about using the fire in the right way while staying grounded to create abundance in your life by doing the work, telling yourself the truth, being honest about what doesn't work, being honest about what does, being honest about how painful it was, being honest about what you'd like to create in the future. And it sets up this beautiful foundation now because you're recognizing things, again, to help you make decisions and welcome miracles. It's big time. This is a big time shift. Okay. The Fool, there it is. Look at that. This is what comes next, right? To gain momentum on this, you're just going to be starting a brand new path. Look at her. She's just getting her legs. She's not a mermaid anymore. She's learning like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know. I'm in a brave new world, right? That's what it feels like. Look at her hope and expectation around it is like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm very excited to have a new adventure. So the adventure begins, they just said, and the adventure begins. And we also have the Temperance energy. So 2 major arcana cards. This is a big time shift that is happening for you as you are honoring your truth and building this muscle. Wow. The Temperance energy, as you can see, she's figuring out what's working, what isn't. She's alchemizing the energy. She's going, okay, how do I integrate this into my new life, into my new path, into this new experience, into this new adventure? It's almost like the truth is literally setting you free on a new path where you're having to be kind to yourself and patient with yourself and gentle with yourself as you're figuring these things out and making perhaps, again, new decisions, contemplating new things from a different perspective, honoring and recognizing new points and truths about yourself and kind of bringing them out into the world and going like, oh, let's see how this sits. Let's see what happens now that I believe this about myself and I'm no longer kind of held back by the past. How will this work for me? So I would say I'm feeling this curiosity feeling attached to the Temperance energy, and that's going to help you build, your confidence and just an open ability to explore, an open kind of energy to be able to explore this new path. The Fool card is the first card of the major arcana, card 0. So addressing this sets the stage for the new path to be presented, for the door to be opened for you. And you've just got to be willing to move about that with this sense of wonder and being willing to have this give and take. Like, ooh, I tried that. Be willing to try new things and be truthful about what works for you or not, right? Maybe you've been in relationships or situations or had experiences where you didn't feel like it was okay to tell the truth about how you were feeling or what was going on or, how something hit for you is how they're saying it. It's like how this actually vibed with you, how this resonates with you. And now you just gotta allow yourself to tell the truth and kind of try to get the best handle on it. It's okay to not know. The Fool never knows what kind of things that they're going to find on the path ahead, on the journey ahead. And figuring it out and taking the journey is part of the fun of it or part of the experience. And that's what this energy is. The more truthful you can be in the unknown, and trusting in the unknown experience and willing to take the leap and try new things and being honest, the better you are going to recognize yourself or get to know yourself. And again, you're inviting miracles by doing that, which we've established. And taking the time to go did this work for me and why is going to help you make these decisions that are so aligned for you in the future, more aligned with your authentic nature, your authentic self, your authentic truth, and being able to feel free to communicate that truth with others freely. Look at this. Holy moly, guys. Group 2, 10 of Cups. You're building to this to a place of divine love. It feels like loving freedom to me. The truth is going to set you into this energy of extreme divine abundance and love. The 10 of Cups is this feeling of everyone in love, everybody's cup being filled, making decisions from perhaps an extreme amount of love or this feeling of, it's like I'm not, the shift in energy here as you build this superpower and these muscles is you're going from believing in heartache or pain or hurt as your, maybe it's like your narrative. It's like part of your belief system somewhere where it's been kind of grandfathered in there and you think you can't change it. By addressing it with the truth, the new path begins and it sets you into a completely different belief system where it's coming from this place of magic and miracles and divine love, right? Complete extreme. Everybody's cup is filled. You look around the world and you don't see hurt and pain anymore the way you did. You see love, you see abundance, you see partnership, you see recognition, you see reciprocity, you see generosity, you see kindness, and you're open to it. It's like, well, the truth welcomes in this whole new experience of how you move about the world, how you gather with people, what you're willing to give to others, how you're sharing your heart center with others. It's lovely. This energy really feels like the universe wants to like bestow upon you a gift. Spirit is looking to help you to uncover the truth, discover the truth, tell the truth, be honest with yourself, be honest about what's going on, because it wants to like bestow upon you these miracles and help you to make easier choices and like this new way of living and new way of being. It's like okay, this is a weird example, but just take it with a grain of salt. Take it as it resonates. It's like when someone is like in city life and they get really bogged down by it and they feel like they're claustrophobic and they're in smog and that energy of like the lower frequency of a city energy, right? Because the city has a very awesome frequency to it as well, a high frequency, an abundant frequency and all of that. But when someone's getting taken down by it, the minute that they kind of leave and move into this, let's say, expansive kind of green energy or around some sort of a water source, an ocean or something like that, all of a sudden this like wave of love and, nature has the vibration of love. So this wave and this bubble of love kind of, they step into it. That's what this feels like. It's like coming from something that's just like kind of beating you down to, whoa, it's like seeing the world in different colors or seeing the world through the eyes of love. Thank you. Let's get some messages for you now, some advice for you as you build this muscle of truth and love is what I want to say. The seagull. Look at the bigger picture, the bird's eye view. It's going to matter. That happens a lot. This is really kind of common advice. So it's not surprising it's showing up next to a Three of Swords here. Because the Three of Swords in a high expression is about kind of creatively reframing the past hurtful energy, the past experience, the past pain, the past loss to something that can inspire you or can help you or like to learn from it. So they're looking for you to recognize, right, the larger picture, zoom on out to help yourself discover the truth about something or to realize a different perspective on it, essentially. And again, this may come in miraculously. When you get a miracles card, Spirit's going to be dropping things in for you to notice. I would look for miracles every day in this group. Notice the big ones, notice the small ones. They come in all sizes and packages, and they are at the forefront of your spread. So I would definitely be paying attention to the miracles popping out and being just gifted to you, handed to you. It's like Spirit's like, here, this generosity energy. So make sure, again, that you're looking for the bigger picture. Life buoy, don't give up. Help is on the way. You may have felt very bogged down. That's the feeling here. But again, Spirit's telling you the life raft is here. We are here to support you. You can do this. There are new choices that you can make where you're going to essentially save yourself. You may be gifted certain things from the universe in this, but again, it's relying on your ability to be authentically truthful with yourself. This is one of those groups where you have so much power already based on what it is you're deciding to choose to believe or like to be conscious of and what you're deciding to keep in an unconscious space. So if you are not willing to become conscious of this truth or tell yourself the truth, to say it bluntly, then it's going to feel hard still. You have a Three of Swords here. But they're wanting you to know, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on this. Don't give up on it. It wants to come to fruition. It wants to be released and kind of elevated to a state of really beautiful, joyful, kind of happy, loving frequency. And the help is coming. But you have to be able to take your power. You can't expect that Spirit's going to do all the work for you, right? You've got to be able to tell yourself the truth, be truthful, be in contemplation, look at those recognition points, paying attention, look for the higher perspective, look at the bigger picture, do what you need to do here. Remember those queens. Queens are beautiful, patient energy. So it's not pushy, but it means business. That's what it feels like. It's like, you don't want to mess with a queen. You know, when she comes into your sphere or into your spread, she means business, you know? She's going to get it done. She'll be very patient and loving. It's feminine energy, right? It's like reception, intuitive energy. When it's something intuitively needs to be looked at, she'll help you as you reveal the truth, right? These queens. Let's see what other messages we have here as help is on the way. Facing your fears. Look for ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. So maybe you are a bit afraid. Maybe this whole conversation is making you a bit nervous. And that's okay. There is this new beginning that it may be a bit scary here going on. But facing your fears definitely has to do with building this superpower of truth-telling. Truth-telling is not, they want me to say, truth-telling is not like permission to spew and project your opinions and truth and your truth on everyone else. This feels much more like an inner work energy where you're building that muscle so that you can live the life of your dreams, or you can live the life that you want. And they're reminding you here that you need to look at the bigger picture, expect miracles as you are allowing yourself to look at those fears and face them. Look for the ways to strengthen your connection, because Spirit is obviously available for you. Help is here. I know it says it's on the way, but I feel like you are supported. And to stay peaceful and calm in telling yourself the truth, or another way to say that in the card, of course, is knowing who you are. You're getting to know yourself. You're getting to honor yourself. You're listening to yourself. You're being honest, even if it might be difficult. Because sometimes it's going to be this feeling of amazing recognition of those parts of yourself. Telling yourself the truth and looking into the shadow, and I'm just going to say this for this group as a reminder, is not always bad. The shadow, it's dark, but it doesn't mean that the things that you've shoved in the shadow are all dark parts of yourself. Some of those pieces are beautiful parts that want to be recognized, that want to be brought to the light, that want to be told the truth about. Like, you need to tell yourself the truth about those good parts of yourself as well. Right? To forgive yourself, to love those pieces and parts of yourself instead of shoving them down. Yeah, so facing your fears and being calm and sitting in the knowing and the recognition of who you are. 49, look at this bright energy. Be insightful and established. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now, rather than allowing it to occupy the past or future. This will be very helpful as you're setting up this foundation and embarking upon this new path. It's very, very good direction from the cards and Spirit here for you. Insightful and established. So keeping that channel open and keeping yourself grounded through the experience, knowing one step at a time, I'm trying new things. This is a new realm. It's a new world for me. You may have been taught that like telling the truth is not okay. You know, like you get in trouble for telling the truth, or it's going to get you into hot water is what they just said. It might get you into hot water if you tell the truth, or people are not going to accept you if you tell the truth. And so rearranging those kind of beliefs and kind of re-identifying yourself in certain ways may be a little bit of a trek for you, group number 2, but that's okay. You're building a superpower. Sometimes that takes time and training and the ability to be open. So keep that channel open as you're facing your fears. Be insightful and open. You have help here. Make sure that you're grounding and rebalancing your energy all the time. You're noticing how your equilibrium is working for you. I want to take this card. Okay, so I'm going to look now at what claiming this kind of superpower and leaning into the truth is going to bring into your life. 10 of Wands, responsibility. Ooh, it's the feeling of personal responsibility, but a 10 of Wands is a very burdensome card. It's like they're saying the wait is over. Wow. So that's a double meaning, that statement. The wait is over. It's like if you've been waiting to feel better or to make a move or to have a new path be presented to you, that wait, W-A-I-T, is over. But they're also saying with this kind of card that the weight that you've been carrying, W-E-I-G-H-T, is over. You can set it down. You can if you face your fears or you allow yourself to look at it, you will be able to set it down, to release it. The responsibility energy to me feels like you have a responsibility to yourself to tell yourself the truth. You don't have to keep going with this kind of thing that it feels like it yanks you back every time you want to move forward. It yanks you back. So that's where this Queen of Wands kind of allows this waterfall. You could even picture a fiery waterfall, burning that away, burning that cord away from the past and staying in the now rather than allowing it to occupy your past or your future. You have a responsibility to yourself to release yourself from the weight. The wait is over, as Spirit said. The wait is over. Wonderful. It also may be like, if you've been waiting for this life, the wait is over. As you start to claim the superpower, it lifts and shifts. Whoa, look at that energy. 10 of Wands, right to a 10 of Pentacles and luck. This is, you're getting a 10 of Pentacles and a 10 of Cups in this spread. These are the really high vibrating, extreme amounts of love and abundance cards. So you see what happens is you claim this, you claim responsibility, you allow yourself to release the weight and the weight becomes over. You step right into abundance, right into this extreme amount of love. And you may have these lucky turns of events, which again, are connected to miracle energy. So just, again, group 2, make sure you're noticing the miracles that are showing up. Again, miracles come in small and large packages. Sometimes they come in weird ways where you're like not expecting them. Or weird sources, like you wouldn't think, that person on the street or, that billboard would have given you the thing you needed to hear, but it feels like a miracle, so consider it one. The 7 of Wands and endurance. This is a really nice reminder for you as well. This is what's coming into your life. So if you felt like things were like really difficult to persevere through, let's say, or you didn't have the experience that you felt that you needed in order to be able to keep going, this is telling you that what you have experienced in the future, building this kind of truthful energy, again, being truthful about what feels good to you, what doesn't, what works for you in the future, honoring that truth and feeling free to be able to express it in a way that serves you and others, right? This energy pops in. So you're releasing the burden, you're welcoming in massive amounts of abundance and feeling like, oh yeah, I've gotten through other things before. I can definitely do this. I can hold my ground here. I can get through what I need to get through. Even if it's like, a journey, you're embarking upon the journey and you have what it takes to do it, which is wonderful. I like the word endurance on that card. Thank you, Spirit. And again, with the Queen of Pentacles, doubling down on Queen of Pentacles energy. You got her twice now. She put kindness on this card, and she's holding that pentacle. Oh, it's so much abundance going into the world as a result of you building this kind of power. Telling yourself the truth and being honest. It feels like it just builds this new sense of self almost. An honoring of your journey. You may have also more compassion for other people. You may just be a kinder person in general. Like you might just feel like you can be kind. She has kindness here. So it's like, you may feel like you just are more, it feels like you're more grounded. You're more loving. It's like a lift and a complete shift for this group. As you tell yourself the truth, it literally is going to set you free to be you, essentially, your authentic self. And that feels so good. It won't feel like you are struggling so much. It will feel like you can endure. You won't feel that baggage continuing to weigh you down. It will feel like lighter. And here, I love this contemplation and decisions with the kindness and being insightful. It's like making beautiful and kind decisions, being kind to yourself as you're moving forward, being kind as you're doing the work, right? Being kind as you're starting to enjoy your life in a new way. Wonderful. Okay, let's get final messages for you now, group number 2. And then we'll close with some charms. Final messages, please, for group number 2. See this one. Positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity, especially if that negativity is in any way attached to the 3 of Swords energy that we were talking about, that past experience, that past hurtful energy, right? We don't want to be continuously reliving this. Instead, we're reframing it. So it's a good reminder there. Thank you, Spirit, and the mermaids in this case. Surround yourself with positive people and situations. Avoid negativity. Also, just a quick note on that kind of toxic positivity energy you also want to avoid. You can't be positive all the time. If you've been through something difficult, you need to honor that, and that's what makes it positive. So sometimes feeling sad or angry or allowing, being truthful about how you feel is the positive energy. So I just want to make that clear. Toxic positivity is not real positivity. No human being can have good vibes only all the time. No human being is going to be positive all the time. So that's an ungettable reach. That's an ungettable goal, right? So don't strive to be positive all the time, but instead strive to see the larger picture here and pick out the points that are making you feel particularly positive so that you have those things to turn to when you have a hard day or when you're feeling sad, that you can shift your energy once you've allowed yourself to be truthful about it and feel it, right? So just don't squash your feelings with like positive energy only, because that's a lie. It's an illusion. And ready, set, go. Now is the perfect time to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. I feel like this card is making me feel like you've wanted this for a while, or you've been hoping for it at the very least. And this energy makes me feel like, Spirit wants you to know that it's available for you, that maybe you felt like you're in a loop, but you can get out of it now. And they're telling you how to build this kind of truth energy, this superpower that you've got to embrace a new way of living, to embrace your heart's desire. If you've always had a dream, or you've always had a goal, or you always thought something was just out of your reach, starting to shift and change and being very honest and being open and insightful is going to invite you to contemplate with a beautiful kind of compassionate and understanding energy, your truth, your actual truth, and help you make decisions that are going to shift and change your life. Call in miracles and recognition of what it is you truly do desire, and allow you to go get it. Allow this open door of this Fool to allow you to like experience new adventures and try new things. Yeah, and understand where you are now, who you are, right? Learning about knowing who you are, learning about and staying peaceful and kind of allowing you to explore that, which is really wonderful. And it's the time for it. Positive energy and ready, set, go. Okay, let's pull a couple of charms now to close your reading. Group 2. Okay, got them. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a champagne glass and the ice cream cone. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Well, they're saying your truth is something to celebrate. Okay, it's not something to be ashamed of, And the ice cream cone is a charm of pleasure. It's about indulging in things that make you feel good. Oftentimes, it's like, what is it? Not restricting yourself in the ways that you've had to maybe pull yourself back, like being restrictive, going like, no, because I can't do that because this, and the other thing. It's like the truth is, yeah, go ahead. get a scoop, simple pleasures is what they're saying. So realizing that not only is your own truth and your own story and what you've been through and your own experience something to celebrate and to honor and to respect and to recognize, but it's okay for you to step into a new way of being, a new way of experiencing life, noticing simple miracles, tiny miracles, simple pleasures, abundance, love. Like, it is available for you to experience. And I just love the ice cream cone and the champagne. You have the Queen of Pentacles twice, and she's just so good at like coming in, getting down to it, doing the work she needs to do, getting the stuff she needs to get done, building in an abundant way. And then at the end of the day, she is not afraid to have that glass of champagne, eat a wonderful dinner, and have dessert, right? So being able to enjoy your life in a brand new way because you have built up this beautiful superpower of authentic truth, and you're not afraid of it's like you're not afraid of yourself anymore. You're not afraid of what it is that works for you and allowing that into your life in a big way. And it makes this like beautiful ripple effect of positivity and abundance and miracles and love. So I hope that this serves you, group number 2, for your recognition of your own superpower. It was my pleasure to do this reading for you. If something resonates with you in this reading, please like the video, share it with others so they can choose their superpower message for this reading, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future readings. Leave me a comment down below if something particular is popping out to you, and I hope you have a wonderful time building this muscle of truth. Beautiful things are coming on the back end of this, and I hope that you will welcome them in. I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your superpower reading. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the 3rd card option here, with the green energy and connected. And this is going to definitely have multiple meanings. This is a heart chakra card with this green energy. Connected can mean, of course, a multitude of different things. There's definitely the feeling of connection or getting more connected and honing in on your specific connections that are working for you or helping you or giving reciprocal energy to you, giving and receiving. There also was a networking energy that was coming from this card. So you're definitely going to be focused on your heart chakra energy and building the power of that for, I think, many different uses perhaps, or many different qualities that can serve you with this kind of a superpower. Your heart chakra is, of course, located in the middle of your chest there. It vibrates to the color green. And the affirmation I statement always begins with I love. So I love this, I love that. Maybe paying attention to what it is that you love and want to be connected to, or the people that you love and the people that you want to be connected to. As I said, there's also like a networking energy that feels connected to this. So let's see what we have for keywords. Letting go. So a bit of release energy, surrender energy. Miracles, lovely. So it looks like creating some space for miracles to come on in and be presented to you in some way, shape, or form. Ooh, they want both of these, so we'll just pull that as well. Acceptance. Love that. And dreaming. Ooh. I think she looks almost like the same mermaid as well. So yeah, this really feels like there's some sort of release. So perhaps something has been, they're saying laboring your connection. Interesting way to phrase it there. Laboring your connection, blocking your heart chakra in some way, shape, or form. It may be altering your connection. Yeah, it feels like it's suppressing it. Something to that effect, where it feels like if you have a connection to someone from your heart chakra, it may be sort of being squeezed, interrupted, something to that effect. And so figuring out and finding out what it is that you do need to release in order to invite these miracles in, or this miraculous type of energy in, miraculous connections even perhaps, is going to be very important in cultivating this superpower. It's like the superpower of love and connection. This is a powerful one, right, in general, and we're talking about superpowers. Acceptance and dreaming together. This is a way to, again, expand and open up, and perhaps make some new choices about your dreams for the future, what it is you truly desire in your life, what your heart really truly wants, right? The connections that you want to be a part of, that you want to make, the people that you want to network with, the frequency that you want to align with. Because if you don't have the acceptance energy, right, then it can be hard to kind of move on or make a move or make changes or shift something or let go of something. So there's a bit of something just dropped there. I heard a noise. I hope you caught that on camera. So yeah, I guess acceptance is very important. They're kind of highlighting it there. We are going to get some more information for you now with the tarot. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. Seven of Pentacles. This is a fertility energy for sure. In this particular card, you can see they're waiting for a baby. So they're over a bassinet. They're looking and waiting for that baby. Maybe you're welcoming in some sort of new life, another new connection. You could also be, wanting or wishing for a child and making that kind of connection. I mean, that's very possible. Let's see what else we have with this energy here. The Magician card, very powerful Major Arcana card. And this one. Wow, and the Fool, the 0 and the 1. Card, the first card of Major Arcana, second card 0, card 1. Wow. So this is a brand new start, a fresh new beginning. Very well could be for some of you. This definitely will not resonate for everyone, but welcoming in a new life, like physically a child, okay? Just because we have it clearly pictured as a fresh new start and something that you have the power to bring into the world or manifest into the world. But if it's not a baby, right, it could be a new pet. It also could be a brand new way of living, right? A new way of being, a new way to call things into your life, because the Magician is the master manifester. You can see she's conjuring up something here. She is using her power to call into her life whatever it is that she truly desires. And it does look like we're embracing some sort of a new path. Acceptance energy is going to lead you to embracing this new path, and like miracles and new dreams kind of coming to life. So the connection from your heart center is, again, working on multiple levels, I feel, but the indication of accepting that this is a new path, a new way, a new adventure where you do have a ton of power. So building the superpower by first foundationally understanding that this is a new beginning. It's like there's no way out of it. We're getting the Fool and the Magician. The Seven of Pentacles in general is being able to be patient with what you're growing, to be showing up on a regular basis, to use your experience as you embark upon this new path, perhaps, to understand that you have everything that you need within you. You're already connected, right? Group number 3, we all are through our heart center. Our heart chakra and our heart center connects to everybody else's heart and all of nature. In fact, your heart chakra moves out through your hands. So your hands may be an integral part of this if you are creating something, if you do any kind of healing work, if you're looking to heal yourself, if you're working on something, bringing something to life. So just something to keep in mind as you're working with your heart and extending and expanding the connections of your heart. It feels like you're about to be really putting the work into growing something lovely, and that there's this acceptance of understanding that it's okay for you to do that, that it may be connected to something you've been dreaming about, and you have what it takes to do that. Like, you have the ability, is what I want to say, to do it. It will, again, require some patience, require focus. The Magician is the expertise energy. So it's like you're an expert of your path, even if you don't believe it or not. Like, even if you believe it or not, whether or not you believe it is what I want to say. So as you embark upon this new world, you're letting go of certain things that are just not serving or are not in alignment anymore with the connections that you want to have and the frequency that you want to be connected to. In a plain and simple way to say it, you know, the heart connection is one of love. So things that are not in alignment with, you know, your divinity, your divine self, and divine love probably need to be released, okay? And the acceptance of that may be a challenge for you, but it does welcome in miracles and like new visions, new dreams. Let's see how we continue to grow this energy. 10 of Cups. This is like the heart chakra card times a million or something, right? Like a 10 of Cups is this massive abundance of love. Love being shown to you everywhere, coming together with people where everybody's in love with each other. And I mean that, you know, in an innocent way almost. Like, you're seeing love everywhere you go. You're seeing abundance everywhere you go. People coming together, being kind with each other, compassionate with each other, gentle with each other. It's really the happily ever after energy. And the Death card. Wow, look at that coupling there to move this forward, to kind of sort of build this energy for you, this connected energy. It's making the shift and birthing a new way. It's another energy of birth or rebirth, reinvention, reinventing your life where everything kind of goes through this channel of extreme love. Is it loving? Is it kind? Asking those kinds of questions to yourself continuously. And I feel like this is something, group 3, that you may want, like your heart wants it. Your heart wants to feel that connection of unconditional love or that acceptance of other people. But in order to do that, you can see it's like you're meant to kind of own your power, understand you're the expert of your life, that nobody necessarily needs to give that to you, that you have to give it to yourself, and then you'll start to kind of transition and see it everywhere. Even in the depiction of this Death card, there's like an oil spill in the water. And so these people are coming and like helping the animals release the oil from them. So the letting go it's like a miracle to these animals, right? This is a transition that they would not have been able to go through without some help. So you may have some help in your new connections. You may be making connections that really serve to cultivate this kind of experience of gathering in love. Maybe you're joining even new groups. You're part of new communities. Yes, communities. At least I think they're saying committees, which is interesting. Maybe committees for some of you. Where you're able to exchange, like, people get you. You feel heard, you feel seen, you feel loved even. And it is going to be a bit of a transition. As you can see, we're embarking upon this new path, realizing you're the expert. You have the power to bring this in, but there is a transition that does need to happen where we're releasing this old, we're letting go of things that are not working in order to move into and accept in a more loving, abundant frequency. And the Three of Wands. Examining, they're saying, examining. The Three of Wands is certainly about examining, you know, the paths ahead, the options that you have available, looking at what's inspiring you, looking at, again, in this case, what your heart is connected to, what you feel like works for you and what doesn't. It's also a card of planning and being able to see a bit more clearly. You see she's got a magnifying glass there where she's able to kind of have a different kind of view, a closer view, a view that feels like she understands it better. The details of things may start to become more clear to you. You may be seeing even through the eyes of love where these miraculous events happen, and now you're seeing it and picturing things in a different way. You're able to have this like new vision for your life or new dream come to life. And you may start planning. It also just feels like once you kind of come into and fully accept this power that you have these wonderful connections. Almost like life loves you. That's the feeling of this group. Life loves you. Let it. That's the kind of mantra that's coming through for this group. Life loves you. Let it. Let go of that stuff that doesn't feel beautifully abundant and loving and miraculous, let's say. Let go of those dreams. Accept that certain things just are not aligned for you anymore, that you don't need to put your time or your energy or your focus on them. And instead, you can focus on planning for and trying out new things that may feel much more aligned to you, that you can transition, that you don't have to kind of stay weighed down and kind of in the muck, but you can experience kind of a rebirth, really, is what it is. It's like a rebirthing of your alignment almost. Shedding a skin, shedding the heavy, that kind of energy. Let's get some more messages for you here. Because you can find love anywhere if you're looking for it, right? Okay. The Mermaid, be careful what you wish for. Ooh, whenever this card pops out, I always feel like it comes with like a dual energy. Because it's like, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And we're seeing that here. The happily ever after, the embarking upon a new path, this new path being presented to you where you have power when you work with accepting what is and tuning into that different frequency. You know, you're going to see the miracles happening. You're going to be shifting and working on a new dream, calling new things into your life, being able to accept and receive love, working on things that feel perhaps close to your heart, that work for you, meeting new people, making new connections, being in new communities. The warning side of this card that always kind of comes with the energy of the mermaid is, be careful what you wish for. So I feel like you can have anything you want almost in this group. Like you could have anything you truly desire. But they're sort of warning you to make sure that it's something that your heart truly desires, that you truly do want to be connected to be very intentional about that, because it's probably going to come to fruition. You have the power to do that. The new path is presented. You are going to be able to transition and step into this frequency where you're moving everything into you, like attracting things in love and being able to share with others in that space. And it is going to create this sort of miraculous turn of events where your dreams all of a sudden seem to be available, right, for you. Or maybe they didn't feel that way before, where connections are kind of coming into your life in ways that you maybe never dreamed that they would. So sometimes we're not ready for what we truly desire. And in this case, it just feels like you have the ability, group number 3, to tap into and call in what you do want. So make sure that you truly do want it. The sand dollar, look at that. That's crazy. Manifestation, be open to receiving. So yeah, this group is manifesting something. These connections are bringing something in for you. And again, I would just say, make sure that whatever it is that you are choosing to connect your energy to call in for yourself is something that you truly do want, that it is your heart's desire. And then just all of the blocks that may be in the way, anything that was like restricting that connection that you have or that dream that you have, even if it's a belief system or something that felt like it was holding you back. Like, again, when you think about a heart connection and an energetic tether, sometimes there's like squeezing that energy and making it so frustrating and hard. That has the ability to dissipate if you decide to place your attention on it, if you decide to show up for it. The newness of this and the power behind it, when you grow this, is going to help you to manifest whatever it is that you truly do desire. Be careful what you wish for because you're probably going to get it. Manifestation, be open to receiving what you truly do dream about. Wow. It also may be just accepting that you can manifest things in, that you are a receptor, that you have choices and that you can plan for things and that you can bring them in and you can call them in and you can operate from this different type of a frequency. It doesn't mean that you won't have to be patient and that you're not here on the physical plane. However, it does mean that you have the ability to do that, group 3. Wonderful. Let's get some more advice here for you. It feels like this group is a manifestation group. Whatever it is that you truly desire, whatever it is that you want, whatever you've been working on manifesting, okay, It can. They're telling you it can and will come to life. Enjoy the journey. Very good advice. Card 21, especially with this 3 of Wands. Card 21, it's obviously a 21-3. Allowing yourself to explore and be open as things are manifesting along your journey. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Interesting. So this is a presence energy reminding you to find enjoyment in the connections that you're making, in the day-to-day experience perhaps, in your own power, in this new path, in the new adventure, in the rebirthing energy and the transition, in welcoming in a new style, they're saying, a new style of living. Enjoy the journey of manifestation is what I would kind of say for this group. Okay, enjoy the journey of manifestation, yeah. All right, and we also have leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. For real. That's great. They're like, do it. It's going to be happening. Yeah, all of your dreams seem to be leaping through the air, especially if you have felt held back. This is the energy of you bringing that to life, of like, bringing it to the next level. Again, we're starting with patient work and diligent kind of alignment and intention and getting into this focused energy as we're embarking upon this new path, making these transitions. But they're telling you, if you're already working on something, or if it's been in your soul, if it's been in your heart, you're on the right track with it. So enjoy the journey of leaping through the air, bringing it to life, manifesting it in. That's wonderful. That's great. Those two together. And almost like we're moving from under the sea, and bringing it out into the world. That's wonderful. Okay, like making those connections. Yeah, bringing them out into the world. I want to take a look now at what claiming this superpower and really allowing yourself to get into this like high level connection, releasing what wasn't, coming into acceptance of this superpower that you have, or of this like manifestation energy that you have the ability to tap into, will bring into your life. So what does leaning into this bring into group 3's life, please? Ooh, okay. Ace of Pentacles and prosperity. So another indication of a new opportunity, new path. It's wonderful. And literally prosperity, right? The word prosperity. Really enjoying the journey of creating that prosperity. I see it. I want this one. Self-reflection, which is very good. The letting go, bringing in the miracles, yes. But also the Judgment card is definitely a card of rising, right? It's the Ascension card. You see, you're being called by Spirit essentially when you get the Judgment card. Self-reflection is a good way to put that. Excuse me. You reflect on your journey and how far you have come when you're ready to kind of, accept what is and dream a new dream. Let go of the past, really enjoy the journey as you are offered new opportunities, new adventures, new paths. Woo! Okay. Page of Wands, flipping out of the deck there, spiraling out. Creativity. This is a new chapter card. This is being open to what's inspiring you, what's being lit up in you. So more sources of creativity coming along. Again, whatever it is that you want to manifest, what you've been thinking about creating, what you've been leaning into, what's been calling you, okay? If you have a plan that's been inside of you, listen for that and learn for yourself about it. Do some reflection, yes, but it's going to bring in this new chapter. Again, new beginning energy. I feel like you're going to realize how far you have come, and then you're going to start welcoming in this new energy. And my guess is you're probably going to be led quite nicely if you can listen to and follow your heart. That's what this is all about, staying connected to your heart center. Responsibility and the 10 of Wands. This is the closure of a difficult time or a heavy burden that you may have been carrying. So I feel like part of this is, accepting that it's over and that you can dream a new dream, that you don't have to carry the same kind of weights always when you get a 10 of Wands, that it's a burdensome card. So in the future, as you step into, again, new chapter, new path, prosperity energy, welcoming in and receiving your own manifestations, opportunities, however they're coming for these connections to continue to happen, building that superpower of networking and calling in the right things, the right people, the right communities for you right now. Yes, you will take on a different kind of responsibility, but the burdensome energy that you were carrying around is closing here for this new chapter to begin. You're getting the 10 and the Page of Wands, so that is consecutive energy. This chapter closes with the burden. How you were carrying certain responsibilities may start to shift and change for new inspiring ideas and energy to come up and be brought to the forefront for you to engage in, right, and work with. Yes, exactly. These kind of connections really almost lead you forward, show you the way. Let's get final messages for you now, group number 3. We are going to then pull some charms to close your reading. Woo, I see this. And then this one definitely wants to come. So let's see, messages from the mermaids. Let yourself receive. Wow, this group, you guys are ready. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. So please take that as it resonates. We're getting it twice. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving. Anything around your heart center, okay? Blocking your heart in particular from receiving, from maybe it's the connections you already have or new connections that you're going to make. They're telling you once again, let yourself receive. It's your time almost. And father healing, interesting. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. So of course, this could be to do with your actual father figure, right? Could be someone who represents a father figure in your life. Anything that's around that energy that has either been weighing you down, or it could even be narratives that from the past where you carried the responsibility, is what I'm feeling. Like the heavy weight, or maybe somebody else's idea of what you need to be, who you need to be, how you need to move about the world, who you should be connected to. They just said who you should be married to or something like that. Again, doesn't have to be your biological father, but it could be like father society, right? Like the ideas that you felt a responsibility to uphold that do not feel in alignment with what your true heart desires, that can be healed now. Like not claiming responsibility for things that don't actually align with you, that maybe were brought in some experience of your life in order for you to realize that I don't need to adhere to this anymore. Your personal power increases as you release that over to heaven and you allow yourself to receive. Group number 3. This is all about opening up that channel, opening up your heart, loving yourself, allowing yourself to let go again of the burdens that you may have been carrying, the responsibilities that you may have been holding on to that were not yours, that are restricting your heart center, restricting that beautiful energy that emanates and connects you to everybody else, and all of the things that you want to do. It doesn't have to be just people either. Making connections, insights for projects, and inspiring new beginnings and opportunities, and really being able to sink in and enjoy the journey. Let's pull a couple of charms here to close your reading. Okay. Oh, I got one. It's a giraffe charm. So that's seeing things from a higher perspective for sure. Let me just pull the other and then we'll see how they work. Wow, 2 animals. Interesting. You may have animal guides that you want to pay attention to. Interesting. Look at this coupling. So the giraffe charm with the gorilla or the monkey scratching his head. This is like, make sure in order to be able to fully absorb and step into this connection and the superpower of yours to inform your future path and to guide you in an inspired way forward, even if it's a new adventure and you're not sure what's coming, it's one that comes from the heart, right? Where you're receiving and giving love in a very different and beautiful, abundant way. You must see the higher perspective and not get caught up in like the ego mind, the monkey brain, right? So that's a nice kind of like return to your heart, I think is what those charms are saying together. The giraffe energy will help you see things from a larger viewpoint, right? The bigger picture from on high, is what they're saying it. And the monkey energy is a warning to be able to use your mind logically, but not overthink things, not to get lost in your head. So keep returning to your heart where that true connection lies, where your true channel exists and your divine self knows what is right for you, what needs to be, again, released, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be accepted, accepting yourself and building these beautiful connections as you're working on this path of essentially miracles and manifestation, dreams kind of coming and being brought to fruition and opportunities being given. I feel like you're going to learn a whole lot about yourself, and you're probably going to love the energy of what you're stepping into and what you're allowing yourself to become and the connections that you are making. So I hope that this serves you, group number 3. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please give my video a like, share it with others so they can pick their card for their superpower message. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If something resonated with you in the reading, please leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your superpower reading. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the 4th card option, and intuition with this beautiful purple violet energy happening for you. So your superpower is going to be all about honing into your divine channel and using your intuition to further your path, is how they're saying it, so to benefit your path forward, benefit your journey, to guide you on your journey, which is what our intuition is all about. It's really that divine channel and divine connection. This is definitely connected to your crown chakra. She has the number 6 here, indicating that there is going to be some pull, I think, in from your brow chakra as well. So inner sight, perhaps, working with your intuitive ability of clairvoyance, opening up your crown to be able to have the understandings and the insights and the knowing and the wisdom from the divine. 100% need to be working with your spirit team in this group, as I would say for everyone. But if you've chosen this group, then your intuition and your intuitive team, right, is most certainly going to be leading you forward and having a big part in helping you to claim that superpower that you do have. And intuition is very different for everyone, right? So, learning how you best receive, learning what your specific intuitive powers are, and kind of working those intuitive muscles are going to be very important. So there's going to probably be a lot of noticing, needing to be conscious for this group for sure. Let's see what keywords we're working with here. Go with the flow. So perhaps the divine flow is what they're talking about there. Okay, go with the flow. Healing, and look at that, those rays of light kind of coming right down from the divine. Opening up to be receptive to healing, using your intuition for healing. Lovely. Positivity. Okay, wonderful. Okay, and contemplation. It almost feels like you guys are doing a review a bit. And so you're going to be led, and through the connection of your own divine wisdom and your own channel, not only will you be in like a reflection mode of perhaps what you've been through, life experiences, etc., but I think there's going to be this the higher understanding. That's what it feels like is coming in here. So if there have been certain experiences that you've had, situations in your life that you haven't quite been able to grasp, like the bigger lesson or the bigger picture, or maybe you're just having like a frustrating time, you've been hitting some sort of a block, or you're just like, I just don't get it. What's going on here? What is the connection here? What am I missing? Like, what is the puzzle piece that I need? In this group, the superpower is to be open to flowing, obviously, with where you're being led in order to be able to gain the information for perhaps healing, but definitely to have a positive shift and outlook, a positive perspective. And I love the idea of the contemplation energy, being able to sit with yourself, sit with your team, ask the questions, listen for the answers, and perhaps process some of the healing to have this positive and optimistic spin, which is wonderful. And often, like, the divine wisdom will give you that line in just because they're giving you the truth, right? That's what's happening. You're gaining the truthful wisdom. You're remembering perhaps what, again, the lesson is, or you're getting the insight that pulls it all together for you to be able to understand. So again, working with the crown, you're dealing with the I know, I understand chakra, right? 2 inches above your head. And then I think, again, the brow will be coming in with that 6. So I see. That's the clairvoyant energy right in the middle of your brow. Your third eye exists there. So working on seeing a new perspective, a more positive perspective, learning how to release maybe some control. So let's take a look at how to build this superpower muscle of yours. 9 of Cups, okay? This immediately just feels like, what have you been granted? Focus on that. The 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment energy. You can see all of her cups are bubbling over her little cauldrons and her pots and her glasses and her, what are they called? Not cauldrons, but spirit. Chalices, thank you. Chalice. Thank goodness for spirit. I don't know if I would have gotten that one on my own. Everything is overflowing. It feels to be that there's this real like focus on gratitude for what you have. I feel this and this. Okay, let's see what else we have here. The 6 of Cups. So far we're getting all emotional energy. Cups is a suit of emotions. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, it's like using what you have and what you've already been granted. That's how they're saying it. Like what you've been given or granted to create a positive experience for yourself in the future. Because what's happening here is we're almost noticing. So the place from which we are building this intuitive muscle from and the superpower for you from is first and foremost already noticing, right? Like having the consciousness around what you've already been given, gifted, granted, the generosity of your life, looking around at what it is you have, right? What it is that has been fulfilled in your life. What is fulfilling? And gratitude is the word. So it's like being thankful, being appreciative. And then with the 6 of Cups, there's this energy where you're looking back maybe at the good old times and you're looking back at what you've been through and trying your best, again, to pull the lesson, which we were talking about before, contemplating or reflecting a bit with this nostalgia energy on the fun times, the celebratory times. You can see these mermaids kind of having fun, cheersing, playing a bit. Those times may be when you were younger and you had this sense of fulfillment differently than you do now. This is what the intuitive muscle is being built on. So reflection for positive, they're saying engagement, positive engagement, contemplation, and looking back on how you can spin something in a way that really works for you. And with the 3 of Pentacles, this is an interesting energy. First of all, I just feel like they're drawing my attention to the fairy that's here. Fairies are, fairies are elemental guides. Woo, it's like fluttering out of my hands. Fairies are elemental guides. And so they work in, the wooded areas and outside in the fields, in the trees. If you're working with a sprite, she's working near the water. So you may have elemental guides that are coming in to bring you some joy or bring you some understanding or help you reconnect to your true self. Also, a 3 of Pentacles is about creatively using the resources that you have. So it's like whatever you're pulling from your past and looking around and noticing what you already have available to you, the fulfillment seems to already be, they're saying you're in the presence of the fulfillment already. So it's not something that you don't have. Instead, it feels almost like something you are remembering. Something you are remembering. Maybe you've forgotten it for some reason. That happens in the human experience quite a bit, where life gets us down or we go through really difficult experiences, or our mind starts on a track that ends up bringing up all of these feelings that can be difficult to move through, difficult to process, and it feels a bit like a struggle. And in this case, what's happening is we're pulling now from and focusing on consciously to build this intuitive muscle, to build this muscle of intuition, what you already have. You're starting to remember the fulfillment in your heart that exists there already. You're starting to remember and pull from the past experiences where you have felt that before. And you're beginning to realize not only do you have help in the spirit realm, I feel like there's a bit of joy energy. So you might have a joy guide, a fairy that's coming and that's playful, something like that. But you already have the tools. Your spirit team members are set up for it. So that's the first thing. It's like in order to be able to heal and flow and receive and intuit, you've got to be able to remember. That's the feeling. That's where we're starting. Remembering the fulfillment that is already present. You are in the presence of fulfillment. Okay, let's see what else we have here. 5 of Swords. You can see this little mermaid. She's kind of been playing with this sword, this merchild, and she's cut herself here because they're not quite sure, right, what they're doing. This feels like forgiveness to me. Interesting. Yeah, they're showing the word forgiveness. Let's see what the coupling energy here is. How can group 4 build this beautiful superpower? And the strength energy. Well, you can see that this mermaid is releasing this big whale that's gotten caught up in a net. So perhaps forgiving yourself for getting caught up in certain narratives, certain thoughts, certain aspects of life, certain ways to think about things. The Strength card in the tarot is all about courage and bravery and vulnerability at the same time, being able to balance the different types of strength that is available for you as a human being, right? Walking with spirit while walking in the vessel. Okay. And so I feel that there's some forgiveness that happens, and it may happen like this healing energy may happen as a result of you really just going, I am fulfilled, right? I know fulfillment. I understand fulfillment. I am grateful for this knowing. Can you show me more? And then this leads you to, it kind of allows you to step into the flow and align with the flow of realizing what you do need to forgive yourself for. With a 5 of Swords, it's really about your mental state and possibly the way that you have been communicating, not only with yourself, but with others as well. If you feel like you've wronged someone or you've said things that you didn't mean, or, you've had a spin on things that is not so positive, let's say, a spin on things that, they're going like Debbie Downer energy, depressed energy, sad energy, hurtful energy, anger energy. This feels like we're forgiving ourselves. There's this healing and positivity that's coming in to open up this channel to say, like, it's okay. You didn't know, or maybe you were going through something and you thought that you were just kind of on autopilot and you hurt yourself or you hurt others, and it's okay. You can see the penguin is comforting her. It's time to release yourself from whatever it is you've been caught up in, especially any kind of conflicting mental narratives that have been distracting you from not only what you already have and the tools that you have and the remembering, right? But also your own intuitive abilities, because this is what we are building. You've always had your intuition. It hasn't gone anywhere. You've always been divinely connected. That doesn't ever change. Everybody is intuitive, including you. Okay, it's not a special power that's only gifted to some people and not others. Now you are not just remembering your intuition and honing in on it and being conscious of it and growing it and feeding it and giving it life, but you are, supersizing it. Essentially, it is your superpower. And in order for you to be able to really connect to it fully, not only do you have to remember that it already exists, right? And that you are filled by it and you have all the tools you need to be able to embody that, but you have to release yourself here, it looks like. Otherwise, you'll remain blocked, or how they're saying is heavy. It almost feels like because you're working with the higher chakras, the upper energies that do connect us to our divine selves. Without releasing your mind, you don't have access, right, to it. Blocks your brow chakra. It blocks your crown. It caps your crown. It doesn't allow you to open up to the knowing. So there's forgiveness and healing and perhaps contemplation. Yes, thinking about things in a different way, releasing yourselves from some of these restriction, holding yourself, how you've been holding yourself back. It could be a belief system. I'm not intuitive, this kind of thing. If you've chosen this group, I'm not intuitive. I don't receive signs. Nobody's there for me. I've heard these narratives in sessions before, okay? And it really kind of breaks my heart when someone really believes that, because it's just not the truth. And in order to be able to hear the truth and hear the knowing and hear the wisdom, you have to really believe. Because otherwise, you, like I said, you're blocking the crown. You're blocking yourself from being able to see. If your mental chatter is just so cluttered, it creates like a ring around your crown. It encages it, encapsulates it, it nets it up, it holds it up, it ties it up. So there's a freedom energy that comes in here with forgiveness for you. And the idea of being healed, and then the shift in the mindset, which it's like freeing yourself from the old and hurtful narratives. The Five of Swords in a high expression is a change of mind, a change of the way that you communicate. And where is this all leading? Ooh, look at this. Interesting. The Ten of Wands. This has been coming up a lot in these piles in general. Just it's like showing up. Like there is some heavy that we're carrying in this reading that's maybe holding us back, or it's a weighted energy that's not allowing that super energy to grow, that power to grow. So for you, this all leads to this unveiling, is what they're saying. It's like an unveiling of your intuition. The Ten of Wands, you can see the struggle in this card. You can see the burden in this card, in this depiction of this card. She is carrying like these wands on her back through like what looks like kind of a tumultuous, dangerous, perhaps fiery energy. With a Ten of Wands, it's a closure. So your intuitive superpower is what's going to help you stop carrying burdens. And it's almost stop carrying life in the same way. You know, instead of being lower focused, meaning the lower chakras that you have are connected to your physical journey, everything physical that has to do with your body and your physical self. And then you move into the heart, which they call the bridge, that bridges you up to your higher self, and you're working on your higher self. I think it's been perhaps neglected a bit, or maybe it's been suffering disbelief is how Spirit just said it. It's suffering disbelief. So all of your superpower, kind of realizing this fulfillment and releasing yourself, allows you to finally set the burden down, to let it go, to shift and flow and be uplifted with positivity. It doesn't mean you're not going to have to do some processing. It doesn't mean that healing happens like this. It is a bit of a journey. You can see the contemplation and healing coming in. But knowing that you're supported and knowing that you are intuitive is going to shift the way that you carry life. That's what this feels like. You'll be feeling like, now I can release this. Like I don't have to move about the world in the same way. Wow. Okay. So this is, it's like a freedom energy. It's a liberating energy, but it also just feels lighter. You know, it's like you're returning to the light, you're welcoming the light to help balance out, not the dark, but the heavy, the physical experience, you know, because life can be heavy, for sure. As we're like looking for our divine self and experiencing all of those high vibrating emotions and feelings and frequencies, the struggle is real, right? The 3D struggle. And so now we're getting a little more light in this group. Okay, let's get to do some more advice here. Could we have some advice, please, for group 4? Woo. They want that top one. Man, they were looking for it hard. You saw me shuffling. Sea sponge. Oh, okay. It's giving me information about you. And probably you already know this about yourself. The sea sponge, energetic absorption and empath. Okay, empath energy needs extra care and protection. That's what I always like to say, right? Like empaths operating in the physical experience can feel the heavy a bit differently, and that is because they're taking in everybody else's energy and the energy of the world, or, you know, depending on how empathic you feel or how you take things on, it will obviously vary for everyone. But for them to put this here, it's like we're healing the way that you consciously absorb energy. It's interesting and important to understand that, and you've got all of these, you know, cups here. It may have been harmful the way that you're carrying around your emotional energy. Like if you're carrying around other people's emotions, other people's journeys, other people's plights, other people's struggles. And you do that just by, you know, honestly opening up, having an open heart and being there for somebody, or having an open heart and connecting. So you leave your emotional self open and you're able to feel. Now, I will say, clear empathy is an intuitive a way to receive, right? Clear empathy is clear feeling. And this is like you're actually feeling the feelings that someone else is feeling. Most of us have some form of clear feeling. Most of us do. Like if there's been some sort of a disagreement in a certain place, or if somebody's just had a celebration and you walk into the room, you can feel the dissonant energy that was left there from, you know, that fight, or you can feel the celebratory kind of high vibe that was left there from that celebration, from that party or something. Most of us have a degree of that. But if you in particular, group number 4, are super empathic, you feel like you're always carrying other people's stuff, or sometimes you're feeling a certain kind of way and you don't know why, it doesn't feel like that resonates with your current experience or what it is you've been going through, you need to learn how to protect your energy and clear your energy regularly. This will be part of like an intuitive practice to help release this burden, because you could be carrying your own burdens, of course, but you probably are carrying other people's burdens. You're absorbing their energy. The key to remember here is you have the choice. You don't have to take on their energy, literally, right? You can choose how it is you carry it around. It doesn't mean that you are no longer opening your heart to them, being empathetic or compassionate. What it does mean, however, is that you're not burdening yourself with their plights, as the spirit keeps saying, their struggles, their emotional energy. It's not yours to carry. It never was yours to carry. And that's why maybe we feel this release of the burden, this freedom of like, and shifting and freeing yourself. Okay, see, this is getting much more clear. You can think about it in a more positive way, even contemplate it if you need to heal this for yourself. Being there for someone doesn't mean taking on their burdens. That's actually doesn't serve them or you. It's not supportive for you to be also carrying the emotional burden. So if that is you, learning techniques on how to, again, clear your energy regularly, asking yourself and your intuition the right questions about whether or not this energy is yours, this emotion is yours, and then also making sure that you have a very good protection practice, intentional protection practice, checking in on your auric fields and the layers of your energy to see if there's anything there that isn't yours. These kind of practices are going to help you build your intuitive superpower, right? Because everything will become more clear. That's what's going to happen. Because if you're carrying around other people's things, when you heal this kind of, it's not conditioning. It feels like, it's almost like a contract. Like you contracted in to maybe be there for other people or to take on their stuff, but it's a deficit. It's a poverty energy. It's a lack because you're taking on their struggle. So you just need to learn how to clear your energy and lighten, right? And this allows you to naturally just heal. You're healing that and you're living a more positive, living in a more positive frequency regularly because you're only carrying your stuff now, right? And that's enough. Yeah, Spirit went, and that's enough. Like carrying your own emotional stuff is enough. You also don't want to interrupt their journey or their healing by carrying the stuff that they need to be carrying, you know? And again, shifting the mindset around how you can be there for them and what makes you a supportive, especially emotionally supportive person. It's releasing the guilt and any kind of shame or fear around, if I don't take this on and I don't feel for them and I don't feel the same way they did and I don't and I don't worry and all this other stuff about them, that they're not going to be okay and I'm not a good person, I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good family member, I'm not a good partner, has to be shifted and healed. And like the burden, it's going to change your life, right? Change the way you absorb energy. Treasure map. You're almost there. Don't lose focus. Okay, perhaps you have already been realizing that you're intuitive. Maybe you're already on the path to noticing. You may have some consciousness around this, like I feel so heavy when I'm around this person, or after I get out of this group, I always feel like I'm taking on everybody's stuff. You may already understand, like have the clues. You have like a couple of clues and you're following the treasure map. This is wonderful. Group number 4. This tells me you're on the right track. They're telling you you're almost there. This may be the information that you need in this reading to go like, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm almost at the treasure energy. I need to continue to focus on what I have and what's in my life and what's fulfilling. Focus your emotional energy there and notice when it is that you're taking on other people's things or the way that you're thinking about it, and to focus that energy there. We're getting to the treasure, right? We're getting to that new energy, that positive energy. Let's get a few more messages for you and some more advice here. What else would you like to tell group 4, please? Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Love this energy. Flowing, waiting, patience, healing, noticing, paying attention. What am I absorbing? Processing, the contemplation energy. That's nice. And in a content way, allowing yourself to be patient, allowing yourself to wait, not making it wrong, like you have to do this and you have to do that. Again, shifting any narratives that keep you in some sort of a loop that's actually making you stuck or not free. And listening. This feels to me like we are listening here. Yeah, rather than acting. So you're waiting for the flow to guide you. You're waiting for the intuitive nudge, the intuitive insight, the ready, set, go from your spirit team or your intuition before you make moves. You're okay with flowing. I mean, that's exactly what, seahorses do. They have no choice but to flow with the current. And you also have leaping through the air. I love this energy. 45. So these are both 9s. 45, 9, and a 9. So, something coming to a close here. That's nice. A plan you have made is on track. Another indication that you're focusing on the right thing. If you've been noticing this, if you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. Okay, this is opposite energy. This is what intuition is all about. The back and forth. Very nice. This is waiting. This is leaping. Right? So how do we figure out the difference? We build this muscle and this superpower, and it allows us to know when it's time to wait and time to listen and time to absorb, perhaps, time to flow, time to heal. And then we get the intuitive nudge, or as Spirit says, I've passed you the ball. So your spirit teams will pass you the ball. It'll be your turn to act. And here you follow to the next, marking on the treasure map, or you focus on the next thing that you need to do. Or if you have a practice, then there's time for that. Like you're doing the next thing, especially if you know what it is. That's the key with intuitive action. You'll know intuitively it's time to take the action. And if you have resistance, it'll be in your head. Like it might be something stopping you here. Like if you know you have to clear your energy, right? Keep sage in your car. If you know you're going to you're having a difficult conversation with somebody, make sure that you have a practice in place. Think ahead, plan ahead so that you can be in the space and then take the intuitive action. This is you learning how to discern. That's what this feels like. When to leap and when to wait. And there's time for both. And your intuition, your like spirit team will tell you. In fact, when it is time for you to leap, if you're in the waiting energy, spirit just waits for you, right? They're just going to wait on you. They're going to go, well, it's your turn to act. So whenever you're ready, we'll just wait here and until you do that. And then you start acting and you can see this energy. Your plan is on track. Keep going. You'll feel this encouragement happening. You're almost there. Don't lose focus, right? You'll feel the motivation energy, or the cheerleader guides come in and go, you've got this positivity, right? Here we go. Let's do this. And then usually you're listening again. You're asking again. You're waiting again. You're content to wait. Very interesting. They're really asking you to build the superpower and exist and kind of live in a different way. Be in a different way and not carry what you've been carrying, especially if you are highly empathic in the way that you have been carrying it. I want to get more information now about what happens when you claim this superpower and what it's going to, the kind of energy it's going to bring into your life, essentially. So if you choose to harness the power of what you already know, remember what you already have within you, what is fulfilled within you, the fact that you are intuitive, and then release these old narratives and have the shifting of the mind. Stop harming yourself in your mind and tying yourself up, and then allow yourself to release the burden and allow yourself to be free here, to flow, to heal, to survey or contemplate, to assess, yes, to listen and to leap. Yeah, they said all of the above. What comes about? Abundance. The queen of the ocean. This is the empress in this deck. She is the mother. This is creation, fertile energy, creativity, taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself. And I believe, because this group seems to be quite empathic, it's a mothering energy, but just done in a different way. So yes, nurturing yourself, but also nurturing others, helping to heal them perhaps. But again, there's this very clear energetic boundary that is placed for your highest good and theirs as well. So there's you're content even while being in the presence of a difficult or distressing even energetic kind of experience that someone else is having, or emotion that someone else is having. So bringing in lots of abundance, creativity, nurturing something to life. The Six of Swords and calm, a more peaceful state, massive support here for your mind. Look at that. As you address the Five of Swords here, we're bringing in the consecutive card, which is a lovely, balanced, peaceful energy. This card is like we are transitioning out of the conflict, out of the hurtful things, out of the way that we were thinking about it that just wasn't working, that was keeping us tied up. We're gaining our courage, gaining our strength, using our vulnerability to look at it and shift it. And yes, the calm comes. Abundance and calm. Love that. Okay. What else can they expect? What else will claiming their intuitive powers bring into their life? Trust and the King of Pentacles. This is a very abundant, grounded card. The King of Pentacles not only trusts himself, of course, but he's very aligned with the material world. So you may have been kind of feeling heavy in the material world, like kind of questioning yourself, what to do. That would be the reverse energy of this card, right? The lower expression of the King of Pentacles is distrust, right? Like, I don't trust my decisions. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right career? Am I in the right spot? Like physically, am I taking care? I don't know how to take care of my body. I don't know how to take care of my well-being. Here you can see that you're actually able to trust yourself, trust the journey, trust the flow, trust in the abundance that you're bringing in. And then I feel like you're going to be able to offer it to others. You know, if you work in any kind of modality where you're helping others, your intuition wants to be a big part of that moving forward. Thank you. Okay. And finally, the Four of Pentacles. So the 3 to the 4, lovely. Security. So again, this feeling of safe, secure, know who I am, grounded and connected, which is always what you want. Your intuition is going to work best with this kind of energy grounding you. So your lower energy centers in line, really honoring your physical experience, taking good care, knowing you have exactly what you need, knowing you have more than enough, right? Which we see here. We have all the tools, we're accepting that, we're shifting, and then we're coming into this state of abundance and calm and trust and security as a result. Beautiful energy, stability, protection, etc., and really trusting yourself. You'll feel much more grounded, and then that will, and protected, right? Because you're learning how to protect your energy and discerning about what's going to come in. This allows you to heal and level up, or your frequency has space to rise. Now you're operating from a different perspective, which allows you to open up the energy of your intuition, because you're releasing, the burdens that were there and the heavy. So now you're fully grounded, secure, and then also connected. That's how you will best receive always. When things are out of alignment in any place of your, major frequency centers, it's harder to receive clearly. But clearly, they're telling us that you're getting into a state where your mind is calm, you're centered, you're grounded, you're secure, you're calling in the abundance, you're nurturing yourself, you're flowing, you're open, you're not carrying the burdens, and here we go. That's the superpower. Intuition happens all day, every day, right? It's available for you all the time. You don't have to wait for a specific time. And like I said, the feeling of this is it really wants to be a part of your life and your practice and what you're doing day to day moving forward, whether that be in your home, in your personal life, in your self-care, in your partnerships or your romantic relationships, with your family members, at work, projects that you're working on, friendships. Yeah, it's like a different state of being. And take it from me, it's really fun to live an intuitive life, to welcome that in, and to learn more about your specific intuitive superpower. Okay, final messages for you. Yes, of course, yes. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. Okay. This is funny because obviously we were just talking about when to wait, when to be calm, when to receive, okay, and then when to go. And they're telling you, again, just in case you were wondering, you'll know when it's a yes. Also, I think this is double meaning. Like, your intuition is on point. You are intuitive. Again, already everyone is. You in this group are definitely intuitive, and it's meant to be a part of your life now. It's meant to, like, the light is meant to be shown upon it, as we saw with the healing card. You are meant to kind of observe it and work on it and acknowledge it and honor it within you. And then also, you're going to have the yes intuitively when it's time to take the leap when needed. So just double messaging there. And what else would you like to tell group 4, please? Thank you. There's the healing again. Lovely. Healing heart. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. Wow. So not only can you heal yourself, which hopefully you already know that, you have the power to heal yourself, but also, again, if you're working with others, as I just mentioned, in all of those different groups, if you're going to be affecting them as well. So you have the ability to heal them, to affect their lives in a positive way. And you're probably already doing some of that, group number 4, especially if you are naturally empathic. Empaths naturally want to be there for other people. Why? Because they're feeling what they're feeling, right? They're feeling what the other person is feeling. They want to be there for them because they're literally taking it in. Now you'll be able to feel that feeling, observe it, but not hold on to it, and be able to not only heal yourself and whatever's been going on, cluttering up your energy, healing the narratives around how to support somebody or be there for them, but you'll be able to help them heal now for real without completely draining your energy. So if you are looking at being a part of any kind of healing endeavors, healing modalities, if you're working with people in any way, and I mean in any way, it does not need to be the kind of the things that we think of when we think of healing practitioners, It can also be, maybe you're healing somebody's finances. Maybe you're healing their garden. Okay, maybe you're healing their lawn, and if that's the case, then you can use this energy to aid you in that, which is beautiful. Love this. Love this. Okay, let's get a couple of charms for you now to close your reading, group 4. Ooh, those ones that did not want to come. I got one. I don't know what it is. Let's see. The ladybug, look at that. Oh, that's definitely an indicator for you. So you want to look out for that. Ladybugs and intuition going together for this group. Wow, and the crown. And the crown. The ladybug and the crown for you. Wow. And weren't we just talking about the crown chakra? I feel, first of all, the coupling is the ladybug is an indicator for you. So if you see ladybugs, know that like you're getting a message. I would actually ask, since we are talking about opening up your intuitive line, group number 4, I would ask, who's the ladybug connected to? Is there a specific guide, a master teacher? Is it a loved one, an angel? You know, who's bringing me the ladybug when you see the ladybug? You can ask for it ahead of time as well, like now that you know that. Because it's an indicator, feels like from someone specifically. So you can ask about that now and get it so that when you see a ladybug, or even the depiction of a ladybug, the illustration of a ladybug, you know, I'm looking, but we're working with, there's no ladybugs in this deck. This is like all ocean mermaid oriented pull today. But it's definitely an indicator. And then the ladybug is also a sign of course, luck and good fortune, okay? So luck coming your way, this lucky turn in your energy, lucky turn in your life, lucky realization, this return to your own knowing. And that's what the crown energy is. So that crown will tell you that not only should you open up your crown chakra, you are definitely intuitive, as we all are, but it's time for you to open that up to receive the knowing and the understanding and be connected to the divine channel. But also, you've got some power if you're getting a crown charm, right? You have not gotten to this space, especially with this 9 of Cups kicking off your pyramid here. You haven't gotten to this kind of space, this time in your life, without going through things and having some experience. So using that experience to aid you and to live purposefully and in alignment is what's going on here. So don't back down from like the mastery that you may have, right? The intuitive mastery that you can achieve or that you're meant to tap into now is what I would say. Wow, what a powerful group this is, for sure. You are meant to, of course, tap in now to your intuitive energy and allowing it to guide you where you're leading. You're saying yes to a more intuitive life in general, allowing yourself to be led and be healed, but also allowing yourself to heal others. So this feels really purposeful and quite wonderful alignment, welcoming in abundance, your intuition, this nurturing energy, a calmer state of being, a calmer state of mind, and a real beautiful, abundant, grounding energy where you're trusting yourself and releasing any kind of burden that has been holding you back or things that you have been carrying that are just not in alignment with your true path and purpose. It's time to kind of like step into this fortunate energy, like adjust your crown and open it up at the same time. So I hope that this serves you, group number 4, in your ascension, is what I want to say. Really claiming this superpower for yourself and tuning into your intuition, using it to benefit you and others. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like, share it with other people so that they're able to choose their superpower and receive their messages as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. And if there's something that resonated with you in this reading, please leave me a comment down below. I hope that this serves you, and I will see you in the next reading.